in my group. So hi, welcome. I'll do my little introduction now. So so I'm Bex from Social Media Executive, and I specialise in training businesses how to effectively use social media, how to set it up right, and how to access those clients you've always wanted to work with. I specialise in please, you switch your sound off. Oh, you tested it. Thanks, Henry. So as you can see, as we're live in the group, you can see I've got a couple of people who are watching it. You can see Henry's live. He's going to tell us. You can write a little comment. Write as a comment, Henry.
Just go. I'll try and set the sound on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, turn the sound off. So so I specialise in showing businesses how to set up their social media pages correctly, in the right way, and putting all the keywords in the right place. Because anyone can set up a Facebook page, but there's so much more to it. And if you set up your Facebook page in the wrong way, then it's you're not going to get much visibility. Now I'm getting distracted by my Facebook group. Oh, hi, Amanda. So that's someone in my group who's watching this live. Right, I'm going to flip over to my presentation. So again, if you're watching live in the group, I'm hoping you can hear me on this microphone. Ask me questions if you're live in the group, and I will answer them at the end.
Why is Amanda not green?
Why is Amanda not green? It should be on PC rather than mobile. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to flip over to my PowerPoint presentation. Somewhere here. Oh, I'll put my glasses on. Can't see. That's the thing about trying to do things live at the same time. Right. Oh, from the beginning. Right. Okay. So that was how you do a Facebook Live. So we're still live in the background, streaming to my group. And again, at the end of this, I will download it and make it publicly available. So if you've got any questions, just give us a shout. So feel free to take any pictures. This is social media. Tag us all in, share it. There's my Twitter handle there, BexBait. Tag UBC in, it's UBC UK. Share it. It's all about sharing our experiences on social media. So I'm just going to start with a little introduction about social media and why it is. So I thought we'd start with a little bit of a quiz, because I always like my presentations to be quite interactive. So how many active users do you think there are on social media? Give us a guess. Go on, Henry.
Tell me the answer last week.
That was a different one, actually.
Just Facebook. Oh, is
this is not just Facebook.
Oh, sorry.
We're doing all social media.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Trillions.
Active monthly users on.
Must be about 3 billion. And the rest? More than that. All right.
2.5 billion. Not bad, Tony. Yeah. 2.5 billion active users on social media across the world. That's people actively using social media every month.
And most of that's Donald Trump.
And most of that's Donald Trump, yeah, probably. He's a very active user. How many businesses use Facebook? Now, you guys who were at the presentation last week should be able to remember that.
300 million.
300 million?
I guess.
50 million. 50 million.
Yeah,
you were listening.
There's businesses that are not on the radar, though, so I think it's 300.
This is active users on the month. Yeah, so 50 million businesses use Facebook alone, just Facebook. Okay. How many businesses on Instagram? Six.
5 million.
5 million. Let's have a look. 25 million businesses use Instagram. There's a lot of businesses on there. I think we're getting the gist, aren't we? How many tweets are sent every single day? Yeah. Excluding Donald Trump, so hard. Yeah. Any guesses? 2 billion. Let's have a look. 500 million tweets are sent every day, just on Twitter. What percentages of businesses use social media for marketing?
50%.
50%?
80%.
80%? 25%. So this is the number of businesses that use social media, small businesses that use social media for marketing. 78%.
To win anything.
Yeah, of course. You can try some 3 Pugs gin. Yes, so 78% of small businesses use social media for marketing. Okay, so now the last question then, how many new social media users were there in September 17 to October 18? How many new people joined social media, do you think? 100 million, 100 million, 2 million.
2 billion.
So 320 million new users just in that year, which is quite phenomenal. So social media, everybody's doing it. All your potential clients are using social media on one platform or another, and most of your competitors are going to be on social media as well. So what does that mean? 5 years ago, it was a very different landscape. Nowhere near that many people were using social media. Now, everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. Everybody is using social media. And what does that mean? It means it's massively competitive. So if you're not using social media in the right way as a business, if you're not putting the right content out there, it's not likely to get seen. And the beauty about social media, which is what we all love, which makes my job very difficult, is that social media is constantly changing and adapting to what its users need. So if it sees users not like a particular type of content or they're falling off, they change the framework, they change what we call the algorithms in the background, so that what you did last year, which worked really well, might not necessarily work this year because they've changed who's sharing what. Okay. So as a business, not only do we need to understand the platforms that we're working with, get them set up in the right way, put all the keywords in the right place, but we also need to make sure that we stand out with our content. Okay, so a little demonstration here. So have a think about, you need a conservatory at home. You need a conservatory at home, and you just happen to be on, I don't know, Facebook, and you're scrolling through and you see these two companies that are offering conservatories. You're like, oh, I need a new conservatory, they look okay. So which business would you use? You've never heard of them before, but they look quite nice. So would you choose A, or who would choose A? Put your hands up.
Is it meant to be that
Yeah.
small round?
4 or 5, 6. Just looking at that, what do you reckon? A or B? A. B.
More homely, isn't it, B? 'Cause it's
B.
got flowers and
B.
stuff.
Okay. So basically we've got about half. B. Who'd do B? Who put your hands up here? So it's about, and who'd do A? So there's a good mix. There's about more or less a few more for B, and actually I go for B because there are flowers. But yeah, okay. But again, there's quite a mix in the room. So how do we choose just from that image? Well, we don't know, do we? We might check out the reviews maybe, but we've never heard of this company. They all look the same product. We might have a look at what else they're posting on the social media to try and understand what that company's about. We might leave the site and get distracted. If you're on Facebook, if you lose that post, have you ever seen a post and then tried to find it again? It's impossible. You just can't find it. You might visit the web pages. That would be quite sensible, see what's on the website. But again, then you might get a bit distracted. Really, by seeing those two images, you don't really know, you're not decided, and you're probably going to forget them as a company. So how about this then? So you've got your perfect conservatory, you've done loads of research, you've chosen B because it got flowers and good reviews. You now realise that you need some new windows and doors because the house looks a bit scratty now. You've got this beautiful new conservatory. So from these two companies that you come across, which one would you choose? So who'd choose A? Put your hand up. Nobody. Who'd choose B? B. You wouldn't choose either. But basically nobody put the hand up for A. I would say 2/3 of you put your hand up for B, which is quite an interesting one, isn't it? So why did you choose B?
It's the people on it. Smiles.
Yeah, there were people on it. People were smiling, exactly. They're looking into the camera. They look like they're enjoying the work. you feel a bit of trust. What was that? Was that you?
I just said it looks like I've done half a job.
They look like they've done half a job. Oh yeah, but you're chosen.
Well, it's a smile.
They're smiling, aren't they? They're personable. Yeah, they are. They're personable. You feel that you kind
it
of
would make you look for the further post, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah.
You think, hold on a minute, that's half the job, and then you kind of think, well, there's other stuff they've done.
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of opens the door. But I see what you mean. This is kind of the presentation start.
Yeah, it is. And you're absolutely right. It's telling a bit of a story. It's not showing them the finished, polished product. It's actually saying, look, we're halfway there. We're doing this project. This is who we are. We're having fun while we're doing it. You feel that little bit of trust because you feel that you know the people behind that presentation. They also look like they're taking pride in their work. They're enjoying the work because they're smiling. And they actually look to be genuinely smiling, not just told to smile, which is a nice picture. And really, people buy from people. And when we are on social media, we don't want to be sold to. The biggest mistake that companies make is just putting sales posts on there, information about their products. What you've got to remember is these people aren't on Google. If you want something, you Google it. If you're on social media, you're actually there to find out what your friends and family are doing or follow some of some interest that you have. You're there to be entertained. You don't want to be sold to. So if you're constantly putting out lots of sales posts that are completely unpersonable, people switch off. And all your content, you may have thousands of followers on your social media, or you may have just 100. But your content is only going to go to a tiny fraction of your followers. It doesn't go to all of them. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram will select a small percentage, probably depending on your post, between 5 and 15% of your followers, and will share that content in their news feed. If they don't interact, nobody else is going to see it. So what should we do when we're doing our content? We've got to stand out in this newsfeed. People, you know what you like when you're in your newsfeed. You're scrolling through constantly. There's only a fraction of posts that people actually stop and look at. So you've got to make people stop scrolling. Because if your content is only going into 15% of your followers' news feeds, and those 15% are all just scrolling past because they're not interested, then your reach is going to be really quite low and you're not going to grow your social media. So what is the best content approach? Well, we know people. People is a great one. We've just done that. But don't, like I said, constantly sell. Google, that's where you do your selling because people are looking for those products and services directly. Social media is not a direct sales pitch, and it shouldn't be. What you should be there for is sharing tips and advice that are associated with your product. So what product does your, what product helps your audience? You know, why are people buying your product? Is it helping them? Is it financial services? Are you helping them to do the tax returns like I did last week? Are you helping them with office space with here at UPC? Are you helping them with flexible office space? So rather than saying, I've got this office space, or I can help you with the tax return, or, you know, buy this, buy that, you actually start talking around some of the problems that they might have. Like, are you a small business that needs flexible office space? Did you know that our flexible office space provides X, Y, Z? And tell a little story. So you're sharing little tips and advice. So on my social media pages, I just share lots of tips about social media, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I don't say, right, come on guys, come and work with me one-to-one. You know, I'll help you, I'll train you up on your social media, it costs X, Y, Z. I do that a small proportion. The majority of my content is sharing tips and advice. Again, don't run like, share, and tag competitions. The thing about social media is people get obsessed with metrics, and they're absolutely obsessed with how many likes they've got on the page, how many people have seen it, how much visibility have seen it. And absolutely, if you get loads of likes and loads of visibility, you've got loads of followers, that's brilliant. But what I always do is say, how much business did you get from that? Because the beauty about well, like, not the beauty, running like, tag and share competitions is getting people to share your posts to loads of people in order to win something that's generally free. So those people that are running these competitions are probably never ever going to spend any money with you. But what it is doing, it's then encouraging other people that just enter competitions, that just do it to win something, or are just doing it for you as a favour. And their followers may not be your target customers. Those followers may not actually buy your products and services. So basically you then end up with thousands of followers or thousands of likes. And then when you do share your content and it only goes to 15% of them, potentially your content is just going to these people who have no intention of buying from you and have no intention and aren't really interested in what you do. So I teach all my clients to forget that, forget the vanity units. Think about a smaller audience who are likely to buy from you and who you can really add value to. Also, you like sharing tag competitions on Facebook as well. They're massively clamping down on those as well. They don't like it at all because it's seen as a bit spammy. Do create content that evokes a response instead. So if you're creating content, you want to encourage people to respond and have a conversation on your social media, be it Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. The minute people start interacting with your content and talking about it, that's when the social media platforms go, ooh, this is an interesting post. We're going to share it wider. We're going to share it wider. And then people start sharing it because they want to share in its useful content. And that's when you start getting viral content. Don't just use stock photos. Again, anyone can do a nice stock photo, but actually social media is a very informal place. So a quick snap, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're all right, 2 more minutes. So a quick snap of you, the people behind the business, behind the scenes, setting up. People are really nosy. People love to be a fly on the wall. People love to see what everyone else is doing. So behind the scenes content works really well. So that's the do. Don't be anonymous. Like I said, it's all about you guys behind the business. The only thing we've got unique about our business, I've challenged most people have got a lot of competitors. The only thing unique about our business really is the people that work there. So that's what you've got to get across. So do post about you, your staff, birthdays events, celebration events like today, behind the scenes setting up, get people to know your staff, the customer facing people who are behind your services and products, so that they feel that they like and they trust you before they even got in contact with you. So do be personable, do show your faces. Not everyone, most people don't like sharing their face on social media, but believe me, you have to get used to it. I hate my face, but it goes everywhere. Yeah. I've never seen Henry's face either. But it does work. I can walk into a room and people go, oh, hi, Bex. And I've never met them ever. And it happens on a regular basis. I've not met them, but they feel that they know me. And that's what it's about. People phone me up and go, I just want to work with you because I feel that I know you. And that's what it's about. It also wheedles out those people that are never going to work with you. Right, I'm going to zip through these quite quickly because I think we're a bit short on time, aren't we? But I just wanted to share some ideas of content. So this is a new client of mine. She's got about 1,500 followers. I started working with her before Christmas. And I just said, right, we're going to celebrate what you've done. We're going to celebrate. She won a global award. She wasn't even going to put it on social media. So I said, let's put this on. And she got 150 likes and 106 comments, 6 shares. Everyone loves to celebrate. Everyone loves a good news story. 3 Pugs Gin, I thought I'd do this one today. This is from Awesome Drinks, this is a new platform from another company I work with who work with 3 Pugs Gin, and they were setting up a new Facebook profile. And again, within 3 weeks, we posted this content out because it was vibrant, it was colourful, and there was a nice message behind it. And again, we got 3,400 people reached. This is a brand new page. This is a brand new page. This is all free. We've not paid for it. 4 comments, 17 shares. So again, this is free. We're doing it. If we know how to set up your pages right, you can get really good ones. These are LinkedIn ones. These are some of mine that I shared. just a random picture of a sign. There was a nice story behind it that someone had, reserved me a parking space in this very busy place with my name on it. And I was really quite chuffed. So I just put that on LinkedIn and, what makes a difference? What makes a difference to you in your everyday life? And again, you can't read that, but there's over 11,000 people were reached on that one post. It got high reach, and I got 3 business inquiries from that. And I wasn't even talking about my business. I was just talking about generally about a parking space. This one again, like today, I've just done a quick photo of me presenting, and it's reached 3,200 people on another event. So be creative. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be well thought out. Just bung it on sometimes. This one, again, the last post, did my online Facebook course, and just started putting personal content on there. And their posts now are regularly getting 10,000 reach. And we started off with only 1,500 people on the page. So this one's on Facebook. This has reached over, that one reached over 6,000 people. 779 people engaged with this. This is a tiny little pub in Ripondon. Had 69 likes. They'd never had this engagement before because they started putting themselves in front of the camera. And again, they opened up a new beer garden that'd been shut for years. They put that on there. It was a bit of a news story. They weren't, it's just like, come along, have a look. And again, it reached over 8,000 people.
It's a belting pub, that.
So, the last post?
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Around the corner from Sons.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Just tagging back from there many times.
So Tony, who took over it in June, yeah. So he did my online Facebook course and absolutely transformed his Facebook. And actually, if you don't know if you were there on the day, but filled the pub just through on launch day, just from his Facebook posts. So, that's nice. I'll tell him I was showing his stuff. Okay, so just to finish off then, share useful information, add value, don't sell. Generally 20% of my content is selling, but that's because I've got an engaged audience, so they're open to be sold to. Content that will appeal to your potential customers. Always have your ideal customer in mind when you're writing your content. Think about what they want to see and what's going to help them. Do share behind the scenes information. Everyone's nosy. They love to know what you've been up to. Share personable pictures to build up that trust. Tell your story as a business. People love to know why people set up in business. Just tell your story. Make your potential customers feel that they know who you are before they pick up the phone. So really have a think about, what is it that you love about your business? What is it that you want to share? What are your passions when you're running your business? Share those on your social media. And again, if it doesn't get a huge amount of reach, it doesn't matter. This content's only hanging around for a few days. So, if it's gonna go down the timeline. It's not like your website that you really have to think about carefully what you want to put in there. Your social media has not got huge longevity. So build your trust. Okay. So that's just a little bit on content. Again, I run lots of workshops. I've got a LinkedIn workshop coming up on the 11th of February here at UBC. Again, so if you are business to business and need help with your LinkedIn, we're actually going to sit down and help you out with your page. I'm actually going to change your profile in the morning so that it's ranking higher in the searches, and we're going to be looking at a lot on content for LinkedIn as well. I've got Instagram as well, which is coming up on the 11th of March. I also got my online Facebook course if you haven't got time for workshops, which has got over 40 step-by-step video tutorials on Facebook, how to set it up in the right way, and how to rank higher in the searches and get seen. And if you want one-to-one support as well, that's available, so I can work with you one-to-one. So again, it's lots of help and support available if you need it. But again, just take on board some of the ideas I've shared with you today on your content, and you will see an immediate difference. Has anyone got any questions? Yeah.
Can you just explain that 15% comments again? About,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Just how does that work? Is that Facebook only or?
Yeah. Okay. So the question is for those in the group. What's the 15% rule with regard to sharing content? So it varies on each social media platform. Facebook is the harshest at the moment. They've changed their algorithms, their robots that work. They've changed those in the last 2 years. So when you write a post on any of your social media, you click publish, it's within a millisecond, it's scanned by that platform. And it looks for certain things like the quality of your image, if there's text on your image, if there are links in your post, how much text is in your post, if it's got hashtags, what type of keywords are in there, what type of language you're using, and it scans it, and then it goes, right, okay, so you've got 1,000 followers. I'm just going to share that to 2% because of X, Y, Z, and there's a whole long list of things it's checking for. So basically, it will take your post and it will just put it into the news feed of, say, 5% of your followers, people that like your page, connected with you on LinkedIn or on Twitter, and it will send it to that. And then you can generally, depending on, again, what platform you're on, Twitter, you've got 15 minutes for someone to engage. LinkedIn and Facebook, you've got an hour. Instagram, you've got, well, it's slightly different because of the hashtags, but you've got generally, if you've got to get engagement within a half an hour, people start liking, sharing, commenting within that half hour, then they will share it to more of your people's followers, more of your followers in their newsfeed. Nobody likes it whilst they're scrolling through. If nobody even stops on it, it even monitors if people slow down over your post, then it's not shared with anybody else, and that post is dead then, really. Yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah? Any more questions? Oh, that's good. Yeah? Well, if you have got any more questions, please do come and have a chat with me afterwards. I'll be around, and we'll move on, shall we?
Yes, thanks, Beth.
Yes, and I better stop my live video, so thanks, guys. If you've got any questions in the group, any questions in the group, just ask me and I'll answer them later.
Always a very practical session with Bex, and you can see you've been training some of our staff in LinkedIn, and shortly you're going to be doing some Facebook as well, so highly recommend.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
We are going to have just a kind of like a 10-minute